Hello. I knew that was you. I was like, hey, sister. You can feel me, right? I can feel you. Girl, you ready for this? 12 years.
I know. I'm ready. It's overdue. I'm ready.
Have you been here? This is marvelous.
You talk about artist development. That's the
this is
Brown song is like. Okay. That's why I did that.
Sound speed.
Girl. I know, right? It's crazy.
Finally.
12 fucking years.
12 fucking years. But what a difference 12 years makes for me. This really means a lot to me.
Me too.
And I'm glad that we think we got a good foundation of friendship, right?
Yes.
Clearly, because I know coming back to doing the reunion, it was like, and then it just felt so easy.
It did.
We haven't been in the same room in like 12 years. Oh my God. And thank God we're both still here.
Like literally.
It fell right in. It just felt like Nicci and Mo of like our fodder, our banter, just picking up. And I'm like, the love is never gone. Anger maybe, and her feelings, I'm sure, and misunderstanding and not understanding, but what's up, yo? We here.
First of all, yeah, it was crazy. Like it's like first, so like, and it's been like a bunch of different versions of like how the whole reunion thing happened, but it really was like some of the executives from TV One came and were like, hey, listen, we are doing a 20-year anniversary thing. Would you even entertain doing like an R&B Divas thing? And I'm always open, like, let's do it. Let's try to figure out how to make it happen. And then when they said we were doing That's What Friends Are For, I'm available anytime, Daniel. I'm excited to work with you again.
So this is my show, so hit me anytime.
Okay, perfect.
Some ideas or whatever, yeah.
All right, Happy New Year. Okay, bye. Oh, that's really cool. So, Dionne Warwick tribute. Walk on by, and then we're going to do That's What Friends Are For in the end. Now, what would have been dope is if they would have had all the divas come out. I was like, you know what? This will be a great opportunity. Did y'all ever consider bringing everybody on board? And especially since we did the shit. Remember we did it on the show?
Yes.
And I couldn't even sing. And y'all had to come out, and I was just overwhelmed with emotion. I'm like, well, this time I'm going to sing the shit. So I'm just glad that you said yes. And Faith couldn't do it because she got a bunch of stuff going on, and Selena was busy as well.
Yeah, everybody's busy.
But I was really glad you could do it. And Angie.
Mm-hmm. And Angie.
How did that, like, what was that like?
I just, it was great. First of all, it was great seeing you guys, but I wish, hindsight is 2020, because now I have to remember, I really wish that I would have said, hey, let somebody else make sure she's okay coming out.
Oh, when she was coming to the stage, because it was a lot.
Because of insurance liability. Nobody's thinking. I wasn't thinking like that. And I wasn't able to be fully in the moment. So that is the only thing. And I'm glad my first thing is like, I got you. Let's, I just didn't realize the
gravity of it. Yeah, me neither. I didn't either. She told me that she needed some help walking out.
But no, it's more than some help. I know she's had some serious health crisis, but I should have been like, no, I'm not comfortable. I thought I could handle it, but I should have said no. We should have somebody, her handler, walk her out.
Or maybe a trophy lady or something.
That's what I'm saying. Someone else as well.
That probably would have looked like she needed that, but I guess she did need it.
She did need it. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, she did need it. Like, real spit, real talk. That's what friends are for.
Damn, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's not that deep. But I'm just saying, I wish I was thinking. My first thing is like, I got you. Let's go. We got it. I was like, oh shit.
We made it. I don't think the audience could tell.
No, they could. They wanted to know why we were holding hands at first. Like, why are they holding on to each other that way?
Dang, I feel bad for Angie.
Wow. I'm glad she's here.
I'm glad we here.
We all here, right?
When I sent the initial like, hey, let's consider coming together, and I had like coming together in support of, we always been trying to do something.
There's a reason.
I wanted to kind of bring all of you here as sisters, as fellow singers.
Say that again one more time.
As sisters.
Woo! Yes.
To do something together as a team. So we are going to make over 20 women in Atlanta who have either drug addiction, domestic violence, low self-esteem, poverty. You're free. If you want to do some of your reggae stuff, you want to do some of your She Is Me, anything else you want to do, the stage is yours.
I feel this was kind of a manipulative move on Nicci's part, because it's hard to say no to someone when they say, I'm doing something for charity.
I think that this idea is amazing. I definitely would like to participate in sponsoring
A lady.
I definitely think that's awesome. But let me think about the singing thing.
Well, we wouldn't be the R&B Divas if one of us didn't want to sing. So, what I'm saying, but can I say this? But can I say this too? Can I say this as the person who is asking you to do it, Selena? For me, it's just, again, I want to do something for other people.
And I'm still doing something. I'm kind of concerned about the singing concept. It's very sneaky to throw a charity in to get us all to come sing in a show together and for free. Very sneaky, sister. And it's also something that's very fraudulent. So for me, it's deeper than just singing. Anything Nicci has ever asked me to do, automatic. Not so much anymore.
I don't know why I keep fucking trying to do fundraisers when y'all be like, nope, no thanks. But she really needs the sisterhood. Like all of us do. Shit, I got $1 million in legal fees now.
I know, babe, and I've been watching, and I'm like, and that was another thing. Is like I don't care what what we went through in the fishbowl of recording, filming Divas. Like I know your heart. I know who you are, right? I know who you are. I lost it a little bit inside of the fishbowl because I didn't understand what was happening. I didn't understand, and I'm just gonna start here. I didn't understand what was happening to my friend. Like it seemed like I got shut out in a sense. And when I say shut out, like just with the information of what was going on. I know that this is something that you never done before. This was something I never done before. This was your baby. Me, Selena, Angie, we were the three motherfuckers that were there.
Soul Kittens.
Zach knew this was your baby, have support, was always down for you, right? So, and you always called on me, right? Always like, yo, Mo, what's up? Da, da, da. I'm there, Nicci, whatever. Like, I got you. And opportunity to work, stay in my craft, you know what I'm saying? And so when we got this opportunity, when I feel it started when we did Kelly's thing in LA, we all had things that we experiences to share and of value, right? And so when we do it, we excited for me, and this is for
right,
me.
Yeah.
Because I want to keep it transparent, keep it on us. And what started to happen, I was like, what's going on? Okay, I started to feel left out, and I'm like, this is looking weird. What's going on? And then the thing with you and Selena that I did not understand and didn't know, and you weren't talking to me. Like, we talked about these things that like I was still getting to know her more. She was getting on my nerves in the beginning. Like, there was things that she did that, I was just like, and I thought I understood, I did. And then it just felt like you didn't want to fix it.
Right.
Because I remember us being the ones on the phone.
All the time.
Like, I'm like, what happened? And y'all was, and I wasn't even around, and you included me, and then we would be on the phone talking. I'm like, what happened? And then you shut me down. You called me Baby Ayanna on camera. I was like, yo, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? You and Faith was never around. I was like, what are they trying to do? And then and then the production.
Faith was never around, just separate.
No,
like
period.
that was
I know.
Faith was over it quick.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know at the time, so it felt like it was some weird. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, that's where the foundation. That's where it started getting shaky. I was like, where's my Nicci? Where's my friend? You were also in the fishbowl. This is like hindsight. we were all in the same fishbowl with different weights on us. You had the weight of this being your baby, and I didn't know what, and I'm not gonna talk about nothing else, because I'm talking about what I talked about with my Libra at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, what, is it still hers? What's going on? Why is she so uptight? Like, what is happening? And never got, you kind of shut down on me. That's what it felt like. It felt like a shutdown.
Right.
And then I felt like I was in defense mode and trying to not to be like an asshole and trying to keep, you know, the baby Anyala took me, I said, so she just wants it to be like this. And so I was like, what else can I do? And so I just like, all right, well, whatever. And then I'm just like reading and trying to still, hey, I'm still showing up. I'm here. I don't know what it looked like for you. What did you get? Like, what was this for you? How did the breakdown start for you?
Okay, so the baby Ayanla comment, which so funny because I forgot about that.
That shit was hilarious.
But I understand. Like, and I did feel like I intentionally started to isolate because there was so much going on behind the scenes that I believe some of which y'all knew about, and I know a lot of it you didn't know about. So number one, like you said, this was new for all of us. I was new as a creator of a series and as an executive producer, and I didn't know that from the behind the scenes perspective, right? Like, it's a fine line between speaking your truth and risking litigation because you're, rehashing something. We did talk all the time. I was closer to you than anybody in the whole crew. From Soul Kittens, you were one of the first people, just overall, with Soul Kittens, with R&B Divas, it just made sense, right? And I felt like, I think the Iyanla comment to me was basically me not knowing how to articulate. I felt like he was riding the fence. I felt like he wanted there to be like all this peace and love and joy without really understanding like the hard shit that was happening behind the scenes. When we all started this thing, we made a promise to each other that we would not allow this to break our friendships.
Yep.
We made a promise to each other that the minute it started getting crazy, we were gonna stick together. We even in the beginning started calling each other after tapings like, okay, bitch, look, that they trying to, and you know what they trying to, but let's, you know what I mean? I did feel like that stopped, and I don't feel like you and I really had issues in season 1. We did not have any issues in season 1. I think where things started with me and you personally, right? Because we could say a lot of things about everybody else,
because
but these people aren't here to defend themselves.
Right.
It is what it is,
but
right?
there was other energies.
But you knew the Selena thing was, and I learned, just truth, to be completely transparent with you, I learned that they didn't want me and Selena to be friends in this show because I got an email that I was not supposed to get from production by accident. Iyanla's team reached out and was like, hey, like after season 1.
Yeah.
One of the PR people from the network, and be clear, it was never the network it wasn't the network.
I know it wasn't the network.
It was the producer partners, right?
I'm very clear.
The network was like, oh, this could be great in the off season.
Right.
After season 1, let's have a conversation about how we can fix and get back on track. And the emails paraphrasing was basically, we don't want Nicci and Selena to fix their relationship right now, basically. So this should be a hard pass. So I knew at the end of season 1, and did not share this, that they didn't want us to be friends. And then there was an article that came out. R&B Divas looking to replace Nicci Gilbert. They say she's a terror to work with. They're gonna replace her with Kelly Brown. So I'm getting like all of this like foul press when I am trying to make sure that there's not too much liquor on set, because someone came to me, which I'm not gonna throw under the bus, but this is someone we still super cool with, in tears, a behind the scenes production person.
Wow.
Came to me in tears and said, I just want you to know that I'm very uncomfortable with some of the things I'm being asked to do. They're saying that certain people aren't even interesting unless they're drunk or high. So I'm dealing with the reality that we all promised each other. I promised y'all, because I asked y'all to do this, that I'm not gonna let it go sideways.
So ladies, we wanted to ask you how you got to this process. Did any of you have any reservations about doing a reality show?
I definitely had reservations about doing a reality show. I had been working on a few different ideas and pilots and stuff, and I kind of prayed that, if it's not the right thing, then God, please don't let it happen. So the ones that didn't come through, didn't come through for that reason, because God said it wasn't time. But when this project came along, my friend Nicci had an idea to do an ensemble show with female R&B singers. I just thought it was a great vehicle to be a part of.
So what eventually convinced any of you to do the reality show?
I
would have to say that I did a lot of begging. No, I was just like, no, actually it was real organic. It was very like pick up the phone. It wasn't go through managers and agents and all of that stuff. It was very like pick up the phone. Hey girl, you see what's out there. We're not trying to necessarily do that, but we definitely want to showcase women who are building their brands, who have incredible gifts and talents, who are wives, who are mothers, who are positive role models.
So I'm fighting with them.
Right.
They in turn realize I'm trying to be the leader of the pack or whatever the hell, which I'm just trying to be a friend to my sisters. So then they start manipulating my image and my narrative by saying I'm this horrible, terrible person. TV One, thank God, issued a statement saying they have a great working relationship with me, but we had to like legally, like I was going through all of this.
I had no idea, Nick.
Crazy shit behind the scenes.
I had no idea. And I thought I think that's what happened. If you'd have said, Mo, this, you shut down.
Exactly, because it was just, what do you do? Like what, at this point.
Did you feel like it was gonna compromise the integrity?
I was not gonna come back for season 2.
Damn.
Because after I saw that, I'm like, oh, they don't never want us to be friends. So let me just take a step back because I'm super passionate. I see the picture that we're trying to paint. After season 1, I wasn't gonna come back. I was told that if I did not basically return, then there was a question about whether or not the show was coming back.
Gotcha.
So I was like, okay, I need to have a conversation with everybody involved. So, you know, there was a certain producer.
Okay. Right. Oh, wow. Okay.
Had issues with everybody.
Yeah. Right.
And because I was trying to defend everybody, I'm always, and your affectionate term for me was misfit defender.
But that was lovingly. Yeah.
Same thing with the Ayanla thing.
Yes, exactly.
But I'm always trying to like help fix the problem. I flew to DC because I was not going to do it.
Okay.
And the 2 leaders of the production company came and my management came and they sat across from me and they promised me he's not going to be there. You don't have to worry about blah, 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 blah.
And then Arrow was still there.
And we promised, Nicci, I promise you, we promised, everybody promised.
Everybody promised.
They took him out of the field, but they made him the head in LA. After I signed an agreement and decided to do it.
I see, yeah.
I told them that this was supposed to be about a tour. I told them then in that conversation, I said, the only thing I need is because this was originally going to be about us doing a tour. First season was about Whitney.
And Nicci wanted me to come on board and co-EP her show, which she wanted to be about us all going on tour together.
But the second season, we got to go out and make some money.
Right.
And you know my relationship with AP and Lou and all of them. And they were like, yeah, I'll finance the tour. This promoter is somebody who's going to make sure we get paid.
Right, it made sense.
You came up to the studio and we had conversations about making sure this tour happened. And the one thing that was said was, just if we keeping it real, this ain't about attacking nobody.
No, right.
The one thing that was said was, before the scene that started off the season, if me and Selena are like this, it could potentially turn physical, and I don't want to do that. And that's when you said to me, and this is where we started going here.
Okay.
That is when you said to me, she mushed me. And she was like, and see, it feels crazy because I'm not trying to make this feel messy.
Right, no. Like I felt like she was playing, but it was aggressive.
Well, I mushed you? Oh, you didn't mush me? Oh, no. I mushed you. Absolutely, of course I mushed you. I mushed Monifah.
But she did mush me.
When you told me that and paired it with this,
you felt like,
I was like, okay, me and her might really get into it because it's very Detroit, Chicago.
Yeah.
So when I felt the shift in our friendship and our sisterhood, Mo, was when, first of all, I did not know that there was something going on at her house. Nobody told me.
Well, you wasn't around.
Mo's coming, Kiki. Nicci, did you call Nicci? Is she coming tonight? Yeah, I called her. Okay. She ain't pick up the phone. What is it with y'all? It's fraudulent. Why? Like,
we sat in a coffee shop for about, 2.5 hours.
They did that, so you're already annoyed.
Sat in a coffee shop for all these hours. I was like, I gotta go. And I'm like, what is going on? Where am I going? Because remember, they stopped telling me because Norma Desmond is gonna get up. Thank you. That's another. You talking about me naming you a Yanla. You have 50 names.
No, only 2. I called us both. First of all, I think we're both misfit defenders. But that's why I called. I was like, you're a misfit just like me. But yes, Norma Desmond.
Norma Desmond. So you know I'm gonna leave. So they didn't tell me where I was going. I had no idea what was happening.
All the production
and this is the first episode of the season, and then I get there and there's no seat for me, and the food is already eaten, and I'm like, they tell me when I pull up, like, oh, you're at Selena's house.
The doorbell rings. I know this is not Nicci. But who is it?
Who is it?
Well, I'll be a lie. Hey, girl, you can. Look at the buggy down to come in. Hi, baby.
Oh, Lord.
Hi.
Right on time for my announcement.
Oh my God. Let me out here.
What? Come on.
I said.
Hi, Selena. Thank you for inviting me to your home. Do I have a chair? Why don't you just stand and listen?
There's chairs over there.
Oh, okay.
That's not gonna work. She tall.
When you invite someone to your home for dinner, there should be a place for them to sit. So, right then and there, I know it was indeed a half-ass invitation.
And I swear to God, like, I did not know. Like, of course, I don't even think that shit was planned. I think, like, because I didn't know, I just knew we were going to come and talk about the tour. I came there to talk about a tour so we could all fucking sit and talk about what they had. You could get a clear understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because that was to me, that was the shit that was...
Well, that was created because, again, I sat with the people before we even started the season.
Right.
And said, I already have the promoter that I know all of us would love to work with lined up.
Right. And then Salisha had somebody else.
It was a bigger opportunity for, not like no shade, but like, it was a much bigger opportunity for us.
I brought to them the concept of you guys touring. Because I know you guys talked about it before.
But I'm gonna keep it on. When I say we, I'm gonna say we collectively. We didn't know anything because you weren't talking. I know I didn't. I'm talking about me. I didn't know what the hell was going on from your end because you stopped talking to me. I understand why you're telling me why now, but you stopped talking. I don't know if that was because of legalities. Because
what happened was
you felt like you couldn't trust me anymore.
But honestly, I didn't know who to trust. So I was like, the best way to do it is to just keep it here until we get ready to do whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I stopped pretty much talking to everybody.
You did.
First of all, they brought up the tour intentionally to agitate me because you're bringing up a tour.
Correct.
You bringing up spot dates or tour whatever when everybody involved knew that we had a potential for something huge, right?
But we didn't know that.
But I didn't have the opportunity to bring it up because this was the first episode.
Okay.
And I had realized that even the conversations we was having off camera, there was still gonna be somebody in somebody's ear switching something up. And I remember like it was yesterday when we sat there and I'm like, okay, I don't even know why I'm here. And Salisha says, I have an announcement. I have a tour. Imagine what that's like. Because at the end of season 1, we wrapped the season by saying, Faith said, well, Nicci always wanted to do a tour. So let's talk about this tour thing together.
You looked amazing. You sounded amazing.
Did I? I was rocking Carvana last night, darling. Really, you owed it.
Well, you know what? One of the first things that I could think of in my mind was this would be an awesome tour. After that performance that we had at Essence, it's a no-brainer that we would be awesome on a tour together. The audience loved us. We had an awesome time. What else more do we need?
But, you know, she was talking about that in the first place anyway.
What do you think, Nicci? What would you think about it?
You came to me with that whole idea when we were even talking about the charity album. She told me about this like
I thought we had all kind of discussed that at some point.
Faith said, well, Nicci always wanted to do a tour, so let's talk about this tour thing together. So if me and Faith technically are the people who are the EPs on the show, I feel like we should definitely be involved in any tour conversations that Selena and Salisha are having.
Correct.
To present it to me on camera.
Yeah.
I brought to them the concept of you guys touring. Because I know you guys talked about it before. So I brought it to the booking agents. They loved the idea. They asked you guys to go on tour. I think it's an amazing idea.
Finally, the announcement comes.
A tour.
What a great idea.
It's still very early. Right. But they're ready to jump on it now.
I love the Divas, but I don't want to go on tour with them.
Okay, so I got an idea too. So I'm talking to AEG Live Nation, and I'll be in London in a few weeks, so that's another tour possibility.
Come on, this bitch. Y'all, that's
so there it is. Well, that would be a great option to on the table. That's what I'm saying. One comes up with the most money and the most perks, but even with
oh, well, the AEGs and the CCGs, we're going to do a tour overseas. So you tried to steal the shine from the moment with your foolery. What's wrong?
If you guys can go take this overseas, things of that nature, it's huge. I think it'll be awesome.
That'd be dope.
It looks crazy for me to be like, well, I have a tour too. So then that's the big issue because they knew I had already talked to them about a tour. So you obviously told them to say, hey, you announce your tour. right?
Gotcha.
And that wasn't the issue, because I agree, there is a way to work together to bring the best of both worlds. We all know that the company they were talking about and the company that I was talking about are like
night and day.
Night and day,
yeah.
Right? One company has the capacity
to move one way,
and one is great.
More grassroots.
Let's figure it out. But the issue was when I said, as long as we're not mushing people and pushing people.
As long as it doesn't include, you know, outbursts and pushing people and mushing people and cussing people out, absolutely.
Well, since we've never done that, I think that when have I done that?
You have.
When?
Well,
I mushed you? Oh, I
you didn't mush me? Oh, no.
I mushed you.
Absolutely, of course
I
you didn't
mushed you.
mush
I
me.
jumped
Are
on
we
the
doing
cycle. I ain't even. I mushed Monifah.
And I felt breached. That was the only thing. That was personal between me and you.
It was obvious that you felt breached because you didn't like really respond like
you thought I should have. I was like, well, I did. I said you did mush me.
But you set me up for the question.
No, I didn't. What?
You said,
what did I say?
The question is, we're talking about this tour.
Can we work together?
Can we all work together and get along?
You know I was
If you lob the question to me.
In theory, an awesome idea. I think it's a no-brainer. I do have some reservations, and I do have a question to ask. Can we work together? If we went together, we are all separate artists, absolutely, right? Before we step on the road, can really move together? Could this unit actually move together? I'm not so sure about that. But once the business work together without
I'm not sure about that. Well, they even coexist anyway.
Right.
So that's
that's how I roll. I wanted to keep it real and say, can we work together? Because I know that Selena and Nicci are having a rough time right now.
I can't. Well, yeah, sure we can. No problems at all here. Even though you're mushing and pushing, motherfuckers, we can.
But we had already moved past that.
You asked me.
I meant work together because y'all were killing me at that point.
But there was nothing that I said out of pocket. I walk into your house, the food is gone. You don't even offer me a seat. You tell me, go get a chair over there.
Yeah, that was what it was.
I walk into your house and there's no like Satan at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't prepared for any of that.
Look my spiel. Look at Selena out, bitch.
So already I can feel the energy going leftward. Let me get my cross, because if he be for me, who can be against me? Satan cannot come against me in my own house. Let's go.
And the reason I came in that way is because you set me up by not telling me where I was going until I got to the front door. And it was like, you can go if you want to, but so I'm like, okay, let me go in here and be a team player. I'm already knowing that it's going to be some stuff. So I'm coming into a scene.
Again, it's
I've never been to her house.
It's fishbowl, yeah.
And it was a setup. And then for her to react just because, I didn't jump up in her face and be like, long as you not, I didn't do any of that. I said, as long as it's not happening. And then she's grabbing crosses and Kiki got to stop her and it's get the fuck out of my house and and my friend.
Got up in my face after cocktails.
Okay, now the Lord has to come out. Because you're fraud. May I, on that note, as who says? Martin Lawrence says.
No, today.
Get to 7. You can get out my house. Because if you don't come in this mother.
I'm a Desmond bitch because I didn't want to come in first. Wait, come here, bitch.
I never step all the way out the door. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. And don't let the door hit you. Where the good Lord split you.
And you really think we can go on the road? Oh my God. I ain't going on tour with these hoes. Hell no.
No. Bitch.
Oh, come on, y'all.
Suck 10 bags of on your ass.
As far as my relationship with Selena Johnson is concerned, it's a wrap.
When I realized that my friend
it was a build-up,
stayed there, and there was no, like, I felt like you left me kind of out there and I was defending you.
But I didn't need you to, this is what I'm saying. I got you. I hear you. You felt like I left you, that's where it started, but that's not, that was kind of for me where it was like, that was the separation, right? Because I felt breached. I did not have any information. I did not know what was going on from you. It was all from other people. Right. I don't understand what y'all issue is, why she's being crazy in my mind, and I may have said this, you know, like this is weird. Like, what is she doing? Is this on purpose? Is she down with the production? You know what I'm saying? This is what, for me, this is what I'm talking about with my Libra. You know what I'm saying? Like, is she, well, I don't know. You know, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I had already felt abandoned by you. I did. I felt left out. I felt like you shut me off. You did shut down because of the stuff that you were going through that I did not know about. That I understand now that you probably weren't privy, didn't want to disrupt the ecosystem. So
well, I realized I didn't have any power.
I got it now.
I was fighting an article every week about how terrible I was.
You were fighting how they would put
and not one person spoke up on my behalf except Faith during that process, even in season 1. So I felt abandoned the same way you felt left out. What I felt like at that moment was, I walked into a setup, you participated in the setup.
Wow.
Because that set the tone for the entire season. That big argument between Selena and I, her kicking me out of her house, right?
Which was a choice she made.
Which was a choice she made.
Because that's not what it was about for me.
But there was no support from my friends to say that's foul for you to have kicked her out of your house. Like, the way it went down was crazy. And it wasn't really even about defending you. It was just about, if we're gonna be honest and transparent, let's tell the truth. Like, you know, we can't go on the road if you're gonna get physical with people. And it might be nothing to you, but if somebody mushes me, one of us is going to jail.
Really, Nicki?
Like, as a grown, if a grown adult person walks up to me and does that to me.
No, that's not what, it wasn't this, it was that. We were sitting down, we were in an interview, we would.
Being mushed is when somebody's like, you better best, ain't nobody gonna do that to me unless they want their head to get cracked off.
No matter what happens, a person put name. And that's why I'm like, I get it. It's crazy, but a person doing that would have definitely been a physical. Like, if somebody physically touches me in a way,
I spoke to it. I didn't like it, and I spoke to it at the time. I didn't feel like she was gonna be like. I didn't feel like she was gonna be walking around mushing people and punching people in the face.
As many times as she stood up over me and got, if I responded,
I'm dead. You be quiet too. I'm dead. Too dated. Well, before I die, dead. No, bitch. Would you play the $20,000 invoice? We're not doing that. On my workout DVD. What? You lying bitch. You're a hot mess, and your lips look like a baboon's ass. I'm not angry. I'm very, very calm, bitch. What you've done to these women is a sin, and there's a special place in hell for a bitch like you. A special place for a bitch that causes division within other women. It is a special place for you. The truth is, you're the common denominator. Everybody knows that you're a hot mess. You're gonna look a mess with those black gums and all.
If I responded, and this is just, it feels extra messy, but I just have to say it. If I responded the same way, if both of us just stood up and
it would be crazy.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because I was moving glasses off the table at that.
So if I stood up like, what's up, bah, 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 then it would have been that. It would have been production breaking us up, which is exactly what they wanted.
That wasn't gonna happen.
It wasn't gonna happen because I wasn't
Yeah, but we were already at a place, is what I'm saying, Nicki. With the breakdown that already happened, you shut down.
I wasn't going to come back. I didn't feel like I needed to tell y'all I'm not coming back because these people are trying to destroy my reputation.
I'm talking about before. This started immediately in first season. They started fucking with you.
You said it. They started fucking with me, but nobody spoke up and had my back in that. Nobody defended me.
But we didn't know. I didn't know. I'm not gonna say we.
Y'all weren't reading the press?
Really, Nicki? It was Nicki. You had already shut down. You were already being different based on your stresses. You were already being different, sis. Like, I'm not. You remember when they did the baseball thing and I was like, where the fuck was you afraid? Y'all gonna have us looking crazy? Do you remember that? That was season 1.
There's a lot of like me shutting down and not being there for you and for y'all. But nobody asked me the question. Nobody reached out to me and said,
Nicki,
what's happening? Is there something else going on? And it ain't no secret that I'm getting ripped to shreds in the press every single week.
Even in the first season?
Oh, it was the first season that they said they were gonna fire me because I was a terror to work with. And TV One put out a press release saying that is not true. So to not hear from people that I like, because for me it was like, this was for us. This wasn't about me. It was never about me. But the picture that was being painted was that I was just this all about me, controlling, evil person who was intentionally trying to hurt other people, which is crazy as fuck to me.
I'm not angry. I'm very, very calm, bitch. What you've done to these women is a sin, and there's a special place in hell for a bitch like you. A special place for a bitch that causes division within other women. It is a special place for you.
When you did not relate to me, Mo, me and you.
Why do I have to tell you what?
Tell me why.
What the whole general public knows about me or thinks about me.
You had already shut me down with the Selena thing, because I was trying to find out what the fuck is the Selena thing about. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember. I remember
like,
we had a whole conversation about it.
What some of the issues may be that would get in the way of the tour.
For me, the issue that would get in the way of the tour is if someone physically, aggressively came in my face, like she's done to Monifah, like she's done to other people. I'm just saying what it is.
It ain't no clarification. It ain't no clarification either.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar.
You're lying. Let me say this.
And it's not just that incident.
It's not that at all.
It's not just
It's
that.
not even that at all.
Because anything else
It's not that at all. It is not.
It's a lie.
Yes.
You are a liar.
It's going
And I'm sad for you inside. You're into it with life.
Hallelujah. Let it stay there.
I think that everybody needs to do their own singular woman to woman healing, and then it'll be all right. You're bananas. If we are in someone's we'll be all right.
You told me, you said what you said. It's already
right.
You had you had already shut me out. You had already shut me out, Nick.
Because I understood you had a relationship with Selena.
I didn't begin that relationship, did not start until after that fucking time at her house. When I thought what it looked like was like you came in there like on some bullshit. And when I say bullshit, with the tour, you know what I'm saying? Like that whole, I was like, why we can't just talk about it?
I was literally
you were there for that. No, I know,
it.
but nobody knew it was gonna go left like that. Then you mentioned things that I was like, what are we talking about? Can we work together? I was talking about, can y'all work together?
But remember, in season 1, we had several private conversations.
I remember
about the problems that we had, right?
I felt like you was trying to get me to dislike her.
I was not. How?
That's how I felt.
How though?
I just felt like it was like you weren't trying to fix it.
I wasn't trying to fix my relationship with her.
I was like, what happened so bad? Like, this is before it got, you know.
Honestly, I'm talking to you two. Because I've been in the middle on this side, both of y'all doing this. And I see both of y'all.
But we're just not friends.
That's fine. Y'all don't gotta be friends. But what I want y'all to do is you do your self-work. What's the big deal?
Why y'all not being friends?
I have a problem with her hostility. Trying to make it seem like, look, she's the person. It's her fault. That is what she's trying to do. I'm not an angel. That's not, I'm just asking a question. I never said that I'm an angel. I'm not saying. I'm asking a question. I'm tired. No, I'm so tired of this.
So you don't know about the conversation where she called and accused me of putting y'all on that bus?
Okay, so you have to remind me.
I get a call. Selena's like, how dare you put us on that bus? And the ladies are super mad at you. They pissed because you put them on a bus and you didn't care and you're supposed to be an EP and you were. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know nothing about a bus with no air conditioning. And Kiki just had her baby and how dare you do that? So we got into it. Like it was a very vicious, horrible, because I'm like, at that point it was just poke, 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 poke.
Okay,
poke.
so there it is. I don't remember that phone call.
I went off. Like, don't call me with this bullshit. I'm only flew because that is in my contract. I did not know they were putting y'all on a hot bus that broke down and like all of this stuff.
It did break down. Did it break down?
Wait a minute, something happened, right? Yeah, it was stuff that was happening. But we know now it was all probably happening because it made everything more interesting to set it up to happen. And let's put it on her. I wasn't even gonna come to the drag show. I wasn't not gonna come because I didn't want to go and support the element, because I knew it was a setup. I knew it was another opportunity for me to look like I was just being cruel and mean and hateful to y'all. And that is the reason. That's why I was Norma Desmond. I'm gonna take the dramatic exit.
Norma Desmond, bitch, because I didn't want to come in first.
I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna get up. I'm not gonna do it because I know it's not gonna age well. And I know that right now we're in a heated moment, but I'm not gonna be on TV rolling around with Selena. And every single time, because they understood that we were yin and yang, there was always something. They were telling her, I knew when I read the paper, they didn't mean for us to be friends. There was nothing to fix. No, don't go sit down and try to fix your problems. So for me, it felt like, you keep trying to make me friends with someone, and I told you this in the park, don't try to heal that relationship. I'm not prepared to address that right now. I know how to navigate it. I'm not gonna fight anybody, but I'm not going to pretend like everything is okay if it's not.
You mentioned that I need to look in the mirror and deal with. You heard me just pick you up. That's what you heard. So Ayala over here is telling me that I'm not doing enough work. A friend of my enemy is an enemy of mine.
And when you asked me, can we tour together in that first episode of season 2, I have two choices. To say, yeah, we can, no problem, which is a lie. Or to say, as long as we're not pushing and mushing people in a bigger issue mode. Like, it wasn't even like throughout the season, it was a thing. I kind of understood where it was. I really felt like there was a divide. I felt like it wasn't anything I could really say to fix the issues, because I wasn't in control of like what they were doing behind the scenes. Like, I wasn't in control of how they were setting me up to fail. And I felt like my friends didn't care. So at that point, it's like, what's the point of continuing? It was very surface and very like, yeah, you know, whatever. And then when we went forward and tried to set the tour up, and they went and they put a press release out.
I remember that.
And the press release had all of us listed selling the tour, and actually sent it to the promoter.
I remember
that was going to promote our tour. So the middleman was sending to the person that I had a direct relationship with a proposal to do the tour. And it was like, Faith was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done with this. I'm not doing no tour. See, that was enough. That was like, so that whole real business opportunity for us completely went away because of the underhanded side deal stuff. And it was just so toxic. The whole thing just became so toxic. I just wanted out. But the moment for me that made me feel like, I don't know where our relationship and our sisterhood is, right? There were a couple that were actually after season 2, right? The last day of filming season 2, when Rocky pulled the gun out on my husband.
Okay.
The image I have is you in the backseat when the police were on their way, saying, go, 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 Rocky. I hear it and I see it and I replay it in my head. Like, why was Mo in the car with Rocky saying, go, 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 leave Rocky, go? Maybe it was because you didn't want nobody to have to talk to the police. Maybe it was because you were trying to defuse the situation. But for a person to pull a gun on my husband.
I don't even think I had that information at that point.
You didn't know the gun was pulled?
I wasn't there. I didn't.
You were outside when they was pushing Lenny to the car. And
I didn't physically see a gun. I didn't know that it was a gun.
I walked up to him. He had a gun in his hand. Like, I will have to shoot him. And what's crazy is what led up to the incident.
Let me get this right. Nicci came to you and the rest of the divas and asked you guys to perform on a show for her.
And disguise it as a charity and said that she would close and she wanted us to do it for free.
You can't say no to a charity, but
it's a charity.
No, the hell with the charity.
I'm just saying what we just trying to take what we did. I think that the charity idea is brilliant. For me, it's a little fraudulent. I just think it's kind of an excuse to be able to put on a show when this is something that not only me and Alicia tried to do, but also Angie tried to do. The tour was terrible coming from us, and you blocked it. You tried to block it. Like, you were just a demon this whole time, and then you turn around and be like, oh, it's the kumbaya moment. Oh, okay, yeah, I like everybody. We're all good. Everybody's okay.
I think that this is just a great way to say, hey, everybody, I got y'all. Y'all didn't do that damn tour, but I'm going to get you to do my show. And we need you to do the right thing. Charity. Well, I got a charity for all y'all, too. My problem is we have some type of control issues going on with Nicki.
Absolutely.
The issue with Selena and I, you know, that's not really an issue for me because I understood kind of where our relationship was. Me and you have been friends for longer. Me and you and Faith, you know, and that night when that whole thing went down with Selena and I just felt like there was this, Nicki doesn't want to do a tour. She just wants to control everything. She wants to whatever. I just felt like there were so many opportunities because we saw you as Iyanla, because we saw you as a neutral person. I felt like there were so many opportunities for you to like, I don't know, I felt like maybe you just were like, that's just how Selena is, so just, Nicki, you just have to adjust and deal with it.
A lot of the stuff, like you, like I didn't recall that there was a phone call that y'all had about the bus. I don't remember, like stuff like that. For me, it doesn't. I may have known at the time. Like I said in the beginning, me getting to know her, it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like I see
and
what you're saying.
I don't want to feel like I'm ragging on Selena.
No, it's not. It's not. We all were having our own. I was like, okay. Because I had to check me. I was like, let me give this another opportunity. Because I like her, she funny, you know what I'm saying? She was annoying. Like she was annoying at first. Like there were things that just, even in Soul Kittens, like it was cool. Again, we had another fishbowl. I'm like, but what was so bad that we couldn't get, I was trying.
But that was not going to be able to happen.
Because
they did not want us to have. They probably said to her that there were things I either said or did. I'm sure that there were things in her ear, they were in her, like Angie said when she and I sat down, they were in everybody's ear, right?
Always people in our ears. Our ears. That were trying to distract us from the ultimate goal.
Yes,
I'm just letting you know that I apologized affectionately to you before a crowded room of people. Now I'm doing it before a crowded world of people. Why? Because when we are positioned to be manipulated and as a pawn and put in a position that actually hurts someone, we have to be intelligent enough to right that which is wrong. And I was used, unfortunately, in the wrong way, but I never meant to hurt you or anybody for that matter of fact, but especially you being the creator of the show, you being the person that gave us opportunity, you saying, hey, this is what it is, let us work together. And as a result, they squandered all of that beautiful sisterhood.
So we didn't stand a chance. So for me, it was just do the work.
I was trying to do it just because of what we was on, what we were on before we started the thing. I wasn't thinking about production. I'm like, we could control that. You know what I'm saying? We could control that narrative. I didn't know all the nuances.
But there were moments, Mo, when you had to know.
You left me.
And you made a conscious decision to work. I feel like I honestly just if I can keep it real with you.
Please.
For me, our friendship that was always about sisterhood, no matter what, like, you know, whatever, let's do this, whatever, turned into, hey, this is business, and I don't know what she's doing, but I got to protect my bag over here. It was crazy because, like, I got a birthday call and wish from you on July 8th, and then the season 3 reunion special aired on 2 days later on July 10th. And I'm sitting there, and Wendy said, do y'all miss Nicki? Kiki said, yeah, I miss Nicki. That was my girl. Yeah, I miss Nicki a lot. I love Nicki, blah, blah, blah. She asked Selena. Selena was even like, I miss how me and Nicki used to be. I miss how we were. When she asked you, you was like, and then Kiki said something to you about it. And you was like, I know how I'm feeling. You don't, da-da-da-da. And I was like, I found out with the whole world that we had a problem.